Lukman from
Nice to meet
Singapore, SkateSG. So we have a few questions, like 5 questions. So for first, happy 30th anniversary on the half cap. So after 46 years in skateboarding, we have achieved like numerous achievements in skateboarding, like being the winner of the Gold Cup contest, and also being the skater of the century for Treasure. So the first question is, what are your fondest memories of your experiences in skateboarding?
Fondest memory was probably getting on the Bones Brigade, getting picked up by Steve Caballero in 1979, having him be a judge at one of the competitions and meeting him in person, someone who I followed over the years in Skateboarder magazine I looked up to, and for him to come up and have an interest in me, in my skating, and want me to be a part of this company that he was starting called Baan Preduce. And so I would say that was one of my fondest memories, is becoming part of the Bones Brigade, becoming part of the Baan Preduce team back in 1979.
That's cool. So like the second question will be, in your opinion, what makes the half cap popular among the skaters for the past 30 years?
What makes the half cap popular is the fact that it's been a mainstay for Vans. It's been a shoe that has stood the test of time as far as function, as far as fashion, as far as the skateboarder's choice of a shoe made for skateboarding, for skateboarders, and the fact that it's a great looking shoe, and that Vans has kept it in the line for that many years, and you know it's I don't know, it's an iconic fashion statement when you're talking about skateboarding.
Yeah, it's also comfortable too.
Yes, very comfortable.
Yeah. So like we talk about like the past 30 years. So how do you see the half cap shoes evolve in the future, 30 years in the future?
What I see is in the future of the half cap is new colorways and new collaborations with different people, and just having associated with the brand on different levels, and maybe expanding the line so it's offered in all sizes, when it comes to like kids to women's, to just regular mainstream outlets, to the hardcore skateboarders. I feel like the half cap could be a brand of its own within Vans, because the shoe is so popular and it's so well loved by not just the skateboard community, but there's a lot of BMX riders that like to wear it, and I wear it when I ride mountain bikes. So we're trying to introduce a half cap shoe to mountain biking as we speak.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
So like for now, for the current skateboarding situation, so with the current inclusivity in skateboarding, like the girls and the kids inside skateboarding, how do you see skateboarding in 30 years time?
How do I see skateboarding when?
In 30 years time.
Man, hard question. If I could see into the future, I could tell you, but I can't. I can only tell you the way it's going. And I feel like because of the Olympics, because of the global recognition, I feel like skateboarding is going into channels and going into having opportunities that has never been presented before, and introducing it to cultures that never even heard of skateboarding. And I feel like it's something that could go into the educational part of high schools, where how high schools have soccer fields, football fields, basketball courts. I could see high schools or any kind of school having skateboard parks part of their curriculum for PE. I feel like that's the next level when it comes to skateboarding, because we all already have public skate parks all over the world, and that's been great. But I feel the next door to open up is the educational part of the sport, learning about the history of it, and also expanding it in a PE, a physical education, when it comes to high schools or any kind of school.
So the last question will be, we have learned that you have started skating since you were 12. Spending 46 years, what will be your message to other 12 years old learning skateboarding that will help them progress?
I think the only message I could give to any 12-year-old kid getting into skateboarding is to just keep a positive mental attitude when it comes to the sport. Stay open-minded and always let new opportunities and stay creative and stay challenged, you know, and just focus on enjoying it just because of what it gives you, this ability to accomplish goals, and just remember that you first need to fail many times before you can be successful. So don't be afraid to fail.
Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.